to stay weak, when fear doesn't vanish, but it no longer owns you. When you wake up one more time after thinking you couldn't, you something else, something they can't ignore. They say get stronger. They toss those words like they're simple, like they understand what it means. But getting stronger, is it a moment? It's not a transformation that happens overnight. A war against every part of you that's comfortable with being average. A war against the part of you that seeks comfort, approval, and safety. Getting strong until what's left is unrecognizable. Not because you became someone new, but because you finally became who you were always meant to be. It's about becoming fire. Not someone who's warmed by it, but someone who survives inside it. You learn to bleed and keep, to break and building, to fall and stand back up so many times you forget what the ground felt like. You've changed. You just smile, because they don't know what it cost this version of you. They don't know the nights spent in silence. They don't know the moments where you could have given up and no one would have blamed you, but you didn't. They don't know what it means to be forged in suffering. You think I'm strong now. You didn't see the nights I was on the floor, coughing blood, watching teammates. You didn't hear the thoughts that whispered, you'll never be enough. You weren't there when I had nothing but broken bones and a will that refused to die. I didn't just wake up strong. I bled for it. I suffered, and I chose to keep going anyway. You think I'm strong now? No. What you see now is the surface, the result, the shadow of the man I had to become. But if you saw her, you'd understand why I don't speak much, why I don't explain, why I carry silence like armor. Because before the strength, before the fear in their eyes, I lived with fear in mind. Every step into a dungeon, I wondered if I'd return. I checked not because I was careful, but because I was scared. And every time I looked into the eyes of monsters, I didn't see an enemy. I saw a reflection of what I was becoming, of what I needed to become just to survive. Pain didn't break me. It introduced me to myself. And somewhere in the middle of all the dying, all the running, all the blaming myself for not being strong enough, something shifted. I stopped apologizing. I stopped asking the world to understand. I stopped seeking anyone's hand to pull me up, because every time I reached out, there was no one there. So I started reaching inward. And there, in the dark, beneath all the doubt and weakness, I found something no one could take from me. Resolve. Not motivation. Motivation fades. It disappears when you're hungry and hurt and alone. But resolve. Resolve remains when everything else is gone. It's what makes you crawl when you can't walk. It's what makes you clench your teeth and move even as blood runs from your body. And even when the voices scream, stay down. And once you taste that, once you know what it's like to fight from the bottom with nothing but raw willpower, because you've already met it, and you didn't flinch, and I knew I couldn't lose anymore, because I'd already lost everything that made me soft. The only thing was hunger, not for attention, not for validation, but for mastery, for transformation. I wasn't born strong. I was forged. In silence, in failure, in the kind of suffering no one claps for. Result, understand the process. Because if you want to walk this path, you will break. You will stand alone, more times than you can count. But to be saved, you won't just become strong. You'll become inevitable. And that's the part people never understand. They want the glory, but not the grind. They want the respect, but me. I learned to make pain my mentor. I didn't make I earned it. With every ounce of suffering, with every scream I swallowed, with